Muy buenas a todos, chicos y chicas. Soy Seco y vamos a continuar con el capítulo número 2 de Alan Wake's American Nightmare. A ver qué nos depara este capítulo. Hemos hecho algunos ajustes y correcciones en el audio. A ver qué tal se oye ahora. Recuerdo que estábamos en el observatorio después de visitar el motel.
An observatory, a place for a man to witness the magnificence of the universe. But such insights are not what the champion of light is looking for. He has come to find a weapon.
Bien, hemos venido a buscar un arma, dice, pero me gustaría volver al motel para recuperar esa página de manuscrito que no cogimos, que tampoco sabíamos que nos iban a mandar allí directamente. Bueno, pues vamos para arriba, no nos dejan, habrá que pasar por aquí. Restringida, monitorizada con videocámaras. Bueno, es muy importante en este juego, como siempre digo, explorar. Porque siempre puedes encontrar algo en algún rincón que creías que pudiera ser que no fuera importante, pasar por alguna zona y resultar ser básico.
Welcome back, listeners. As you know, I'm Eddie Rodman, and I'm still talking to old gods of Asgard, who are doing their big comeback tour. How's that been going for you? Odin? Splendid! I'm having the time of my life. You know, I didn't realize.
Seguiremos con la pistola, al menos de momento, si no nos fuerzan algo más importante. A ver, estaría bien poder entrar ahí. Bueno, tampoco es tan difícil, parece. Pues no. Lo que sí que me da la sensación que en este juego hay bastante más luz que en el predecesor. En el otro era todo muy oscuro. Bueno, vamos aquí. Eso, hazme de todo. Tenemos una página del manuscrito aquí cerca. Vamos a por ella. Ah, mírala. Ostras, he pasado por su lado y no la he visto. ¿Cómo que una de 16? ¿Han desaparecido las demás? ¿O va por zonas? Tiene que ir por zonas.
As a storyteller, my first real love was crime. And it was in that genre that I finished my first novel, starring the perpetually miserable Alex Casey, whose entire life was a wound that never healed. The books sold as fast as they hit the shelves. I wrote 5 more Alex Casey books, and they all were bestsellers. I became rich. I became famous. Success brought pressure, and I didn't handle it very well.
Bien. Están activados. Audio corregido. Está todo como tiene que estar. Bueno.
Quick break here, and after that,
A ver si aquí podemos entrar. No. Subiremos por aquí. Aunque no estaría mal recorrer el otro camino o dar la vuelta por el otro lado. Lo que pasa es que en el primer juego no te indicaban en el mapa dónde estaban las páginas de manuscrito, que también había, aunque no se utilizaban, no recuerdo que te dieran nada por ellas. Pero sí que recuerdo que no te las marcaban en el mapa, que las tenías que ir buscando tú. Y que aparte de eso, también es importante tener en cuenta que esto de tener que ir mirando el mapa distrae bastante. Y va a hacer que pierda bastante la atención de lo que sucede en pantalla. Subiremos ahí arriba. Es que esto ya es el observatorio. No, ahí. Vamos aquí. Más que nada porque, como os digo, es bueno explorar. Vale que lleva tiempo. Bueno, ahí tenemos otra página de manuscrito. Pues, como digo, lleva su tiempo, pero bueno, ya tenemos balas de revólver. Así no tendremos que bajar hasta abajo por ellas. Venga, otra. Lucha con los poseídos.
I've carried a flashlight and a gun for so long that I feel naked without either. It's all too often that I need them. The darkness protects the taken. Shadows crawl over their forms like living things, protecting them from harm. Blows that would injure or kill a human outright mean nothing to them as long as the darkness persists. But light makes them vulnerable. Light burns the shadows away. The darkness that drives them is still in them, but now they're vulnerable. Flashlight and gun. Sometimes it feels they're all I have left.
Muy bien. Pues seguimos. Recargamos un poquito por aquí. Y generadores. Vamos a rodear todo este edificio. Aunque no haya nada, pero hay que probar. Vale, y por aquí no podemos entrar tampoco. Pues seguimos. Volvemos a la principal. Con calma. Y vamos subiendo. Tenemos que tener en todo momento, como decía, controlado el minimapa, porque se nos puede pasar una página de manuscrito y quizás nos haga falta para algo. Más munición de revólver que no usaremos, al menos de momento. Bueno, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Pues no nos vamos a meter en el observatorio, o al menos en esta cúpula principal. Vamos a bajar a esta. Y vamos a dar un paseíto por esta zona a ver si hay algo. Cerrado por aquí. Más material. Dijo, sí, tú coge todo. No sé dónde lo llevas, porque no sé dónde lo puedes llevar. Ni llevas bolsa, ni mochila. No creo ni que lleves... Vaya, ni que tengas bolsillos en esa camisa. Bajaremos un poquito y ahora volveremos otra vez para arriba. Nos queda... Ahí tenemos algo. Por ahí arriba hay cosas. Va bien hacer esto, el flash, porque se dan un momento paralizados. Bueno, vamos a bajar un poco más. Vamos a acercarnos a este sitio. Bueno, aquí hay fiesta. Aquí va a haber fiesta. Bueno, hacemos. Me gusta el disparo rápido. Es una mejora importante. Otro manuscrito, papel o página. El origen del señor Chirridos.
I've seen the enemy, and it's me. I faced dark horrors before, things that live in the unimaginable pressures of the world beyond our own. Sometimes they masquerade as humans. That's what ultimately lurks inside Mr. He's every mean-spirited tabloid story about me. An evil caricature. A creature formed in that vague territory of misconceptions, half-truths in the dark imagination of people who heard a story about me. An urban legend made flesh. A serial killer. My dark half. Brought to life by the power of Cauldron Lake.
Pues ahí en Cauldron Lake es donde sucedían todos los acontecimientos del primer juego. 15. ¡Buah! Pues no hay que buscar. Sé que repito zona, pero es importante. Vale. Subiendo arriba. Tenemos otra página. Por aquí. Aquí arriba. Y aquí hay otra. Estará pegada al otro lado. Aquí. Las arañas.
The spiders aren't really the work of the enemy. They're a side effect. A part of the dark place's less significant fauna that has managed to slip through the opening I made when I arrived. Less an animal than an idea that has assumed the form of an animal. Makes them no less dangerous, but at least they're a little easier to deal with. The darkness doesn't protect them like the Taken, and thus they can be destroyed by either light or bullets right away.
Eso quiere decir que nos va a tocar lidiar con arañas gigantes. Mejor que no. Vamos a buscar esta otra página que había por aquí. Presión.
The pressure of success got to me. My wife Alice was the sole thing in my life that anchored me. Suddenly it wasn't enough. I couldn't write anymore. I distracted myself with wild parties and whatever trouble I could scare up. I wallowed in the drama of my life, sure that Alice would stick with me even though she didn't sign up to be the lifeline of a tortured artist. It was my dumb luck she's not the type to give up.
Bueno. Vamos a rodear todo el edificio. arriba. Se está cansando Alan. Pero bueno, aguanta lo suyo, ¿eh? Bueno, ya no. Ya no puede más. Bueno. Miraremos el camión y para adentro. Carabina, no. Creo que estamos a tope.
Hello? I'm Dr. Rachel Meadows and... Wait a moment, it's you! I can't believe you dare show your face around here again.
Bueno. 1, 2, 3, por lo menos. Ostras, me ha dado. Bueno, a ver si nos dejan entrar ahora. O qué hay que hacer aquí.
Go away.
It wasn't me. I just look like him.
Are you serious? That's what you're going with? Please.
I'm trying to stop him. You saw those shadow things trying to kill me, right? I bet he got along with them just fine.
Yes. Yes, he did. All right. Come on in.
Thank you.
Vale, guapa. Simpática, la muchacha.
Hey, buddy. I figured I'd take a moment to talk to you. There's a party next door. I'm feeling pretty good right now. A little beer, a little fun, you know? It's nice. Listen, this whole thing between us, it's a little weird for me too, you know? I mean, we don't just look the same, there's a lot we share. I mean, up here, I know you, right? So I was thinking maybe we could...
Muy bien, chico.
Just a moment, I'll send the lift down to you. I didn't expect to see anyone here tonight, but I'm relieved to see an actual person. That's assuming this isn't some kind of cruel trick on your part, of course.
Bueno, chica. Vamos a verte por ahí arriba. Vamos donde sea que estés.
Doctor, the man who looked like me, what did he want here?
There's a strange astronomical event happening right now. Something I can't begin to classify, but I think it's disabled our satellite. There's a very peculiar signal that we're receiving.
A signal? That's what I'm here for.
Well, so was he. But he didn't seem to understand it at all. He got very angry, sabotaged our imaging array, and now we're blind. I believe the event is still going on, but we can't pick it up.
Is there something we can do?
What he broke is essentially just a special camera, but we can't use the telescope without it. There's a replacement in my car. If you can get that to me, we're back in business.
Consider it done.
Sí, consider it done. Sí. Bueno.
Tell me more about the signal.
It's almost as if something's being transmitted to Night Springs. It's the strangest thing. It's quite elusive, almost as if it wasn't properly there. I don't know how to describe it.
So, what was the signal like?
I wish I knew. He appeared before I had a good fix on it. He was very pleasant when I was working, but when I isolated the signal, he suddenly forced me out of the control booth. He said it was none of my business. He seemed to change. Somehow he was very smooth and charming before that, but suddenly he became, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
Parece que tenga el cuello roto.
I have to ask, do you always wear that to work?
I was at a party for a local art exhibition. Fascinating works. When I was called away by my assistant, Michael was the first to spot this event. I don't know where he is now, actually. He was supposed to bring us some food, but he never showed up.
Tell me about the event.
Oh, it's quite fascinating. It looks as if stars were changing, somehow. Or shifting positions. It isn't really happening, of course. Most likely it's caused by some kind of atmospheric refraction phenomenon, but I've never seen anything like it.
Did he hurt you?
No. He didn't quite threaten me exactly, but those shadowy things started to crawl into view, and whatever the signal was, he seemed to be extremely frustrated by it. He just started breaking things and left. I thought it best not to interfere.
You were lucky. He's done much worse.
Yes. He showed me a knife, and he kept talking. He enjoyed the sound of his own voice. A proper maniac. You really aren't anything like him, are you?
Believe me, I try very hard not to be.
Muy bien, guapa. Consigue el equipo de formación de imágenes. Otro paseíto. Pues tendremos que bajar hasta el coche de la señora esta, la tal Meadows, y ver si hay suerte. Es una pieza muy cara, dice.
Oh dear, that sounded more callous than I intended. Be safe.
Sí. ¿Te interesa la pieza? A mí que me den. Bueno, ya hay alguien por aquí rondando. Ostras, si hemos pasado por el lado del coche, pero bueno, no era accesible. Aquí encerrona.
This must be her car.
Ostras. Bueno, con la linterna las haces polvo, sin tener que disparar. falta ver a la doctora Meadows.
I found it!
Excellent. I'll operate the platform directly below the telescope so you can install the array. Don't worry, it's very easy.
¿No puedes hacer tú?
Brilliant, you got it. I'll just run a quick diagnostic on it. Yes, it's in perfect order. All right, we're good to go. Let's take a look at the skies.
Qué puntazo.
Problem with the automated clearance system. Somebody just interrupted the flow.
So now what?
Well, you could go and open the secondary coolant flow valves manually. I know it's dangerous there, but, well...
I got it!
Please come talk to me if you have questions.
Otro paseíto. Abre las válvulas de refrigeración. Por supuesto, todas fuera.
Just remember, you need to release all 3 valves. It doesn't matter what order you do it in.
Joder con el tocho este. Venga, métele caña, que puedes. Para un poquito. Respira. Vale.
Okay, that should do it.
¿Qué pasa ahora? Uf. Uf. hay luz.
I released all the valves, Doctor. Is it working?
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done. That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success. Look out, they found a way in.
All the valves, Doctor. Is it working?
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done. That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success. Look out, they found a way in.
Sí, hombre.
Hold on a little longer. I've almost got it isolated.
All the valves, Doctor. Is it working?
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done. That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success. Look out, they found a way in.
Pero tío, esquiva ya, hombre. Muy mal, muy mal, muy mal. Adiós. Muy bien, tío, lo haces cojonudo. Sí,
I'm
sí.
sighted in now. I still have no
Pero
idea what
vaya
I'm
tela.
looking at, but it's very strange indeed. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come on up. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Are we receiving the signal now?
Oh, yes. It's coming in loud and clear. It's amazing. I'm not sure what it is yet, let alone where it's coming from, but it's interacting with our system somehow. Like it was intended for us. But I don't understand how that could be.
Maybe that's just how the story goes.
What?
Never mind. Is there a way I can hear it? Or however this is supposed to work?
I think the signal is incomplete somehow, but you should be getting a printout of it now.
What do you mean it's incomplete?
It's almost as if we're only getting a fragment of it.
I need the whole thing. This is important.
I'm sure it is, but this is all we're getting.
Did the man who looks like me get the whole thing?
He locked me out of the booth, so I have no way of knowing. But I can tell you that he didn't really seem to understand it.
So, what's in the sky?
It doesn't make any sense. The stars are just... they're wrong. I thought I'd be able to see something, but it's like I'm looking at a sky that's just... it's not the right sky. But that's impossible.
I consider myself a rational man, Doctor. But this isn't a thing you can measure or explain. I've seen impossible things that have taught me just to roll with some punches. It's either that, or go insane.
I find it disturbing that you sound like you're speaking from ample experience.
Coge copia impresa de la señal.
A printout of a signal. It too is a weapon created by the champion of light. In its words, stirs a new reality. But it is incomplete, and yet it provides a roadmap for the man to follow, a course that will lead him to a place where he may confront his enemy. The drive-in. Once the site of lurid celluloid fantasies, it's now the site of an art exhibition. And yet, it's the search for closure rather than culture that brings the champion of light here.
Pues hasta aquí lo dejamos. Este es el final del segundo capítulo en el observatorio. Y comenzaremos este tercero, que es el autocine. Eso es todo, chicos. Like y favoritos si os gustó, comentarios a aquello que queráis decirnos, y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.